That's some great Mendelssohn music from the Wedding March. I hope you like it. And this is season 7, episode 12. And today we're going to be talking about this death, this murder in cold blood that took place outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. in the United States. 2 young Jewish people killed. Not out protesting, just going to an event where they're trying to help the people of Gaza. Jews, Messianic Jews, in fact. We'll talk about that a little. But how do you process that? Let's talk about that today.
But I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
On this date in history, the 23rd of May, recognized for heroically protecting the American flag during the Civil War, Army Sergeant William Harvey Carney received the Medal of Honor, the nation's highest military decoration on this date in 1900. He was the first Black American service member to earn the award. And on this date in 1785, Ben Franklin revealed his design for what would later be called bifocal glasses. And in 1945, on this date, Heinrich Himmler, chief of the SS, assistant chief of the Gestapo, and architect of Hitler's program to exterminate the Jews, died by suicide taking a cyanide tablet one day after being arrested by the British. And that's the historical marker of the week.
But I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Shalom, friends. Bob Mendelsohn here. It is a tough week for a lot of people. It certainly is for the families of Yaron and Sarah, the 2 young people who were killed in cold blood in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday night. I think it hit home for me when I read that Sarah was from Kansas City, like I am, was a graduate of Shawnee Mission East, the high school I attended, from which I graduated a few decades earlier. She graduated the University of Kansas. She was a member of a synagogue in Kansas City. She went to the Hillel in Lawrence. She was giving her life to serve people. I think it hit home because there was so much of her life that sounded like my life. She's just almost engaged to Yaron, who is from Germany originally, and his family had moved to Israel. So here they are, dual citizens of Germany and Israel, and U.S. and Israel. And it's, I'm a dual citizen. There's just so much similarities. And serving in a Jewish consideration, Jewish concern there at the Jewish Museum at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. I think so much of it hit me that I thought that could have been me. It could have been me and my almost fiancée, or now wife of 48 years. It could have been some other colleagues of mine. In fact, some of my colleagues in Israel know and have gone to Melech HaMelachim, that's the King of Kings, the congregation that they attended. People on my Facebook and people throughout the world have commented saying it's heartbreaking. That's the word they used, and I get that. It's senseless. I mean, the fellow that turned himself in after 10 minutes of hanging out in the museum, the story's yet to be unfolded. I waited a couple days because I wanted to get all the facts, or at least all the new facts that were coming, before I made this video. Here are these young people, they're serving God, and they sought to help. In fact, that night they were talking about raising funds for, and maybe they were raising funds for the people in the Gaza Strip. That is, they were trying to assist the very people whom the world thinks Israel just wants to ruin. We don't know much about this fellow, Elias Rodriguez. We don't know a lot of the story. That'll keep unfolding as time goes on. But what we do know is that he killed innocent people. What we do know is that he wasn't an Arab. He wasn't from Israel. He wasn't from Gaza. Wasn't from the West Bank or Shomron. So he's from Chicago. What's he doing? Whatever it was, the term is radicalized, to turn and shoot people whom he thought, well, I'm guessing he thought they were Jews. Maybe he thought they were Israelis. But I think he just thought they were Jews, and sure enough, they are. Yaron's father was a Jew, is a Jew. His mother, a non-Jew. But even in Reform Judaism, the religion that Sarah attended back in Kansas City at the temple called B'nai Yehuda, they would certainly accept the child of a Jewish father, Gentile mother, as being a Jew if they want to identify as a Jew. Was it a decade ago at the Jewish Community Center in Kansas City that a shooter killed 3 or 4 people on a sunny afternoon? It turns out none of those 3 or 4 was a Jew, but the shooter then and the shooter, I think, the other night, neither cared if the person was a Jew. I think they just cared to bring ruin and to express the sentiment of hostility and how dare you. What do you do with that? I want to talk about that for a few minutes. What do you do in this season? I mean, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Can you pray that prayer? Can I pray that prayer? I've had dozens and dozens, probably hundreds now, of comments on my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and such. One person told me that he has a solution to this, and it sounded like a final solution. He wanted everybody in Gaza to be killed. He wanted everybody, even vocal supporters of what might be called the Palestinian cause, to be killed. Boom, just like that. I'm not sure I am sure you cannot kill an ism with a gun or with a bomb or with some physical violence. Isms don't die that way. So we might kill every person, he might kill every person that is standing against Israel. But ideologies don't die like that. One new person to me said, "What can I do? What can we do?" It was a genuine question of, in light of all this, what he felt his own insufficiency, his own impotence to change the world. I think we all know the world needs changing. I think we all know that. So what do we do? And one fellow said, well, we in America have a president, we have to trust him. And I think, well, okay, but I don't think I want to reserve all my hope to be put in a human. I think my hope has to be in the God of all humanity. And that's why I want us to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. That's a biblical command from the Psalms. Pray, Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim. Ask for the peace. Not the usual word for pray, it's ask, that's all. Ask for peace. In Jerusalem, what does Jerusalem mean? It's the city of peace, here Shalom. Not very peaceful tonight, not very peaceful globally. I don't know a Jewish person worldwide who's not looking over his shoulder trying to figure out, am I safe? I've looked over my shoulder more since October 7th a year ago, 18 months ago now, more than ever before, and I lived in New York City 9 years. Whom do we trust? So why are we asking God for the peace of Jerusalem? Didn't he give it to us and we're supposed to now make it a peaceful place? Aren't we responsible to change people's hearts? Aren't we responsible to do as much as is possible with us, acts of love, and bring peace to people? Blessed are the peacemakers. They'll be called sons of God. So maybe I don't really have an answer to all the people asking. Maybe my answer is to ask the one who has the answers. Not that God would give us a political answer, although if he wants to, that'd be great. It's about time, 4,000 years since Ishmael and Isaac didn't play stickball together probably very well. What are you going to do? We're going to ask God. If you believe in God, if you believe in the state of Israel, you got to believe in God. He's the one who extended it to us. He's the one who offered it to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and made it part of the covenant. He's the one to whom we answer. Are we misbehaving? Are we behaving? Look, criticizing the government of Israel is not what's going to make you an anti-Zionist. Criticizing the United States government, that's easy to do. That doesn't make me an anti-U.S. person. It just makes me part of the democracy. So yeah, when Israel does wrong things, let's say those are wrong things. Are those the cause of Elias shooting Sarah and Yaron? I'm not inside his head. I don't know. We might find out. What we will know is when the world turns and faces Yeshua and says, God, we pray for the peace of Jerusalem. When that happens, What a day of rejoicing that'll be. Until that time, let's work for peace. Until that time, let's decry the wrong of anti-Zionism. Let's decry the wrong of anti-Semitism. Let's decry the wrong of anti-Arabs, of anti-extremists, of the antagonism of extremists. That's what I mean. Let's decry wrong and cry right. And in our world, we can make the world a better place. And isn't that what we should be doing? Tell me what you think. I'd like to hear more from you. Go ahead and write me, would you? bobmendo at AOL.com, or use Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find me, right here, wherever you're listening to the podcast. Look, I want to hear from you. Speak, and let's share together, and let's make the world a safe and better place. Shalom.